Hey, yo, welcome back to the Pac-Man special. Look, you're already watching the video. Just hit the like button for me. Cost you nothing. Just, hit the like button. Give me that thumbs up. Welcome back, DBS fam. Today we got a Dragon Ball Super card game video for you. This video is my deck winning store championship deck profile for the one and only one star ball, aka Shenron. This is the red Sin from the new set that we got for set 18. I took it to store championship and it absolutely dominated the way I wanted it to. It performed. I've been testing the deck a lot with friends and in the Hermit Style Discord, so shout out to the Hermit Style Discord and my team. They help me grind, watching people play. They're always talking, always chatting. Hop in the Discord, best place to play Dragon Ball Super card game, period, right now. So if you're not in there, link will be in the description below, and you can go ahead and hop in there and get you some games if you can't make it to a locals or anything. But like I said, I went to store championships and we played Shenron. If you don't know what this leader does by now, I'll basically go over through the whole breakdown of the deck because I've been told you guys kind of like when we go over the cards. So basically, this is the one star ball and it's a permanent. You cannot include more than 6 Dragon Ball cards, and this card cannot include non-red battle cards in the deck. We can't attack with this card, but activate main, we can switch this card to rest mode, and we can go in our deck and grab 2 of the Dragon Balls and add them to our hand. Our awakening skill is if we have 6 or more Z energy, or if our life is at 4 or less, we actually switch this leader to active mode, awaken. We flip over, it becomes Shenron, Despair Made Manifested. When this card attacks, we draw a card. It has an activate main. Once per turn, choose 1 Shadow Dragon battle card and up to 1 battle card or unison. And this card gets negative 15,000 power for the turn. So you basically do some cool plays where you neg your battle cards to replay them and neg something on your opponent's side of the board, or you can just neg 2 things on your side of the board, and you have a bunch of different combinations that you can do with this leader. Cool thing is he is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to the cards in the deck. The leader is very mediocre when it comes to just basically swinging and drawing a card, but that activate main kind of makes him really, really good. This is basically one of the premier decks right now for the new meta before we head into Nats. So let's kind of just dive into it. The first things first, I got these cool Shenron sleeves to go with the deck, which I thought were pretty dope, but we'll dive straight into it. So we start off with the 6 cracked Dragon Balls because the 6 cracked Dragon Balls are gonna be our awakening condition. When I see these in opening hand, I like to keep them as much as possible because that's just less likely that they'll be in my life, and hopefully we have none in our life. There's been times where I've had up to 2. I've never had more than 2 in my life, which is pretty cool. The deck is a 56 card deck. I figured that these are free, I'm basically running a 50 card deck. You can go to 60, there is merit to going to 60, but 56 has been working for me in testing, and I've tested this multiple different ways. So these are your 6 cracked Dragon Balls. You definitely want to have 6 of these to awaken early on turn 2. We never want to awaken on turn 1. The next card is our Shadow Dragon is our Shadow Dragon package that we use to neg with our leader. So right now in this format, Ice is not that big of a priority for me because he just comes back and gains critical. But you can play him for 1 if you have 6 or more Z energy, or if your leader is Z Awaken. And we'll go over the Z Awakening portion here in a moment once I get to the Z deck. But yeah, you tap 1, you play it. If your opponent has 2 or more energy, it has a limit 1 when this card will be removed by one of your skills, i.e. your leader. So you'll after you swing with it, you'll neg it and then re-bring it back. And it comes back in active mode, but this card will gain critical. The one that we want to abuse actually is Nova Shenron. Nova is going to be the one that draws us a card. Because once we're awakened, we really only have our leader swing to draw, and we want to keep our hand big, because when the 6 cracked Dragon Balls are played from our hand and we move them to Z energy, we draw a card. So this is like 6 free cards that we get here, and then as long as we loop in this once per turn, we're going ahead to, you know, continue to draw as well. And if you remove it on your opponent's turn by your skill, you can actually replay it and draw another card. Okay, but I'm running a 4-3 split when it comes to those. The next couple of cards that we're gonna have here is Oceanus and Haze. All right, these will become your 1-drop cards in the deck. You play these for 1 energy. They will draw you a card first, and then you will go in your deck and add a cracked Dragon Ball to your Z energy. And once you add these to your Z energy, you will then be able to, you know, kind of accelerate your awakening. Cool thing is they both have limit 1s. So this one, Haze, is my favorite because he has an activate battle. I can either use it from field, from hand. I pitch him, move him to the drop area, and once he goes to the drop area, my Shadow Dragons again critical. And this is crucial because of our big bombs that we have in the deck. And then we also have protection for Oceanus. Oceanus, I was running 3 at first, but then I realized it was a mistake and I actually started with 2. And the more I play tested the deck, the more I realized how important this card was, due to the fact that once you have 3 or more energy, you can start giving your Shadow Dragons barrier, and this is an activate main, so you can just do it off rip, pitch it, activate main, and use it. So the cool thing is you can either use the activate main from hand, or you can play it for 1, draw a card, and then activate main to pop it to the drop and give your Shadow Dragons barrier. So definitely you want to run 4 of these because you want to see at least 1 of these in your opening hand, if not by turn 2. The next card that we're going to go into is our bread and butter, and this is the one we pair with Haze a lot. This is Shenron Dread Destroyer. It's double strike. It doesn't have any protection, absolutely none, but because this is such a powerhouse, we play this for 1 energy every turn, as many times as we can. You know, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. You know, we want to drop 1 of these every turn if we can. This here is a 1-drop double strike, and when you play it, you draw a card. And one of the cool things that we can do is, if we establish an Nova, we can swing right here because he has an auto KO one of your battle cards, and you want to KO a Shadow Dragon. And since it was removed by 1 of your skills, you will replay it, draw a card, and then you neg something on your opponent's side of the field 20k. So this is a complete 4 of. Love seeing this in my opening hand, and we want to pair it with the Haze. And then my new favorite tech that we're going to pair it with is this card here, and it's from Dropbox. It's pretty old. I run 3 Trunks Deluge of Power. And basically this is a super combo for battle cards. You don't get to draw with it, but the cool combo would be tap 1, play this, draw a card, swing with it. Once you swing with it, if your opponent has something, KO, you know, so on and so forth. But then you activate battle, pitching this, giving it critical, and then once you get critical, you combo this, and this becomes a 30k double strike crit. Either your opponent's gonna out combo it, or they're gonna take that hit, and if they take it, cool, that's 2 cards less that they get. If they out combo it, cool, because now that's their hand, you know, dwindling down. So yeah, Trunks Deluge of Power is a really cool tech card. I may bump this up to 4, very, very strong possibility, but at 3 I've been seeing it very, you know, consistently. And like I said, I kind of keep the deck at a close 56 because it's a matter of consistency for me. The next card I'm going to have is our big boss monster. And in my original list, when I was playing it, I ran this at 3, but once again, that was another mistake. This is a 0-5k combo. It is a 2-drop. It has deflect and triple strike. And once again, if you pair it with the Haze, it is a triple strike crit. You also can use Oceanus to give it barrier to kind of protect it for the next turn so your opponent can't get rid of it. It's not very much barrier removal in the game, so giving it barrier makes it a little sticky. This also has a permanent. If this card would be negged by any point, or its power reduced, should I say, it gains 5,000 power instead. So what you can do is, before you awaken or whatnot, you can, or Z awaken should I say, you can activate main and target this. It won't lose 15k to just gain 5, and then you neg something on your opponent's side of the field. Then you can't use that skill anymore on this card for the turn. Then you have an activate main, where it is limit 1, so you can pay 2 energy to play this, and you have to have one of the 2 stipulations in order to do that. If your leader card is a red Shadow Dragon card, which it is, or a red Z leader, and you have 3 or more Z energy, you can play this card from your hand. Now the cool thing is you can play this in any red deck, okay? As long as you have a red Z leader. So if you have other red Z leaders, so example, Gogeta can play this if they want. Very future Z leaders that you can do as well, you can play this in. You just need 3 Z energy and a Z leader to be, you know, active, and you can just go ahead and yep, pay 2, play this. And then it has a very cool activate battle, you know, so once per turn, not a limit 1. So if I have multiple on board, I can use them both. And basically what's going to happen is, with the activate battle, you choose 1 battle card or unison. It gets negative 3,000 power for each Z energy you have, which is very cool because you can basically kill something that they're swinging in. If you haven't Z awakened, you will always have 6 Z energy. So if you do the math, 6 times 3, I believe that's 18. You know, math is hard for some people sometimes. But yeah, you'll do that, boom, negate 18. And then if you're a Z leader, you can neg something, an additional 30,000 power. So you're looking at 48,000 power that you can neg a battle card that kills basically everything in the game that doesn't have protection. It doesn't get through barrier, which is unfortunate, but you know, at that point it would be absolutely broken. But yeah, this is something that is very cool to have, and it is your finisher. Best super combo for the deck, you know, a lot of people have been playing Raditz, but my teammate Nick actually put this on the map in Turles, and a lot of people didn't think about ever using this super combo. But if your leader's red or yellow, you can use this super combo. It is a 0.5k, but since we're a red leader, this is majority of the time going to be a 10k. You still get to draw, and that's one of the cool things that I like about it. So you'll super combo with this, and basically what happens is you'll reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a red card, this card gains 5,000 power. If it's a yellow card, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, or correction, one of your opponent's rested cards, and negate 5,000. So theoretically, this is a 15k super combo if you hit the dual color that you hit. So there's been times where I've super comboed, flipped into another super combo, flip into another super combo, and it just keeps going. And you still get to draw the card that you flip, so that's actually pretty clutch. So I really enjoyed this super combo in the deck. It helps me stay at high life. I'll go down to 3 if I choose to go down to 3, because that's when you're allowed to Z awaken, is when you're at 3 or less life. But best super combo for the deck. If you don't have your Beeruses, pick up your Beerus. The next card we have are some red staples, 2 Broly Crowns, 2 Vegeta Resolve Renewed. Broly Crown is probably the best red card for 1 energy in the game. If your opponent leaves 2 up, you get so much hand knowledge just from this card alone. I love this card. This card is a phenomenal card. I really hope it doesn't get banned on the next ban list, but it's very possible because there's so many ways to play it for free now. We have Vegeta Resolve Renewed. This is our 1 counterplay for floodgates that are 15 costs or less. This card is seeing less and less play because a lot of people are starting to use extra cards in reference to your negates, floodgates, and things of that nature to slow you down. But it's always good to have And you just have to pick and choose. You ever only really need one, and if you, that's why we put it down to 2. So if we see it by 3 or 4, we'll have the 1 to stop their floodgate, which is pretty cool. But in my list, we actually have something else that actually helps us a lot with the floodgates. Secret rare of choice is going to be SSB Vegeta Unbridled Power, best red secret rare. We don't have many choices to run in this deck since we can't play non-black cards. We can play dual colors battle cards, but we can't play Kai, we can't play Pan. That would actually be really cool if I could play those, but Vegeta is just a hard reset for 4 energy. My deck is very aggressive, so we can get you down to 1, and if we do, we just drop this and just say Vegeta. Very few counterplays in the game that can stop it from hitting the board. Blue has one, which is the unstoppable Son Goku, so you do have to be careful with that because it has an auto to bottom deck the card. On to the extra cards. This is our Negate package. We have 2 Violent Rays, 2 Testing the Ops, and 2 After Images. Violent Rays is slowly becoming more and more of a harder staple in the deck. We did side into others. I'm not gonna go over a side deck because that changes, throughout the weeks based on your local, area and your meta. But this meta is kind of wide open and doesn't really count right now because we're not in that season until the next set drops. Then we can kind of adjust from there to see where we add more. So Violent Rays is our floodgate for 20k or more, or big unisons. Testing the Op is to cut our life down and to block negate and then block a second attack. Same thing with After Image. If they're gonna, swing with a big card, we're gonna go ahead and After Image just to give our leader or battle cards, 40k and minus something 10k on their side of the field. So those are the 6 negates. I've seen people run 4. I just feel more comfortable with 6. I could go to a 3-3 or a 3-2-1 or something like the combination of that, but this has been working for me as of right now. Next, we have my dual color package. I've tried red blue, I've tried red yellow. I have not tried red green, but we are on the red yellow wave. And mainly with the red yellow wave, it gives us access to be able to, consistently kill on our win turn. And that way our opponent can't stop us from, basically killing them and getting them down to 0. But this is Whis the Spectator. It is energy exhaust permanent. If I have a red yellow card in my energy, I can ignore the energy exhaust. I have yet to have to play this, but it has an auto. When this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and negate its skills for the duration of the turn. There could be a time where that comes up. I haven't had that situation yet since I can basically clear board, but this is actually pretty cool to where, you just tap 2, play this, negate the skills of something so they can't use it. But yeah, this is basically our check land. We want to see this in opening hand. So turn 1, we charge it. And then from that point forward, every Whis we see, we just charge them. I think there's been like 2 or 3 games where I've seen all 4. You only really need to see, 2 or 1, really, just 1. And that gets you there. So yeah, if you don't have your check lands, pick up your check lands. And one of the main reasons why we went dual color is because we wanted access to Dragon Thunder for 1 energy. If you pay for this card, this is basically a final flash for this deck because it's not leader locked to yellow, and it is a yellow extra card, so we can play it. But this is Dragon Thunder and permanent. If all your energy is in rest mode, you can activate this for free without paying its cost. So you have to have 3 or more energy in rest mode. And basically it's a Sensu Bean for the turn. And Dragon Thunder is basically, Sensu Bean, like I said. And it's part of the reason why I went from red blue to red yellow, basically to make this as consistent as possible and still give my leader a buff. We only have 3 due to the fact that we don't want to see this too early, but if we do, we can hold it, and that's why we want to charge dual color on turn 1. So on turn 2, if we do leave 1 up and they're swinging with something that can kill us and we only want to take 1 damage, we can tap 1 because it does have an activate main / battle. We can tap the 1, and if we paid for it, we can get 5k boost as well as negate the skills or something. Whereas if we didn't pay for it, we only get 5k boost. But yeah, Dragon Thunder is super awesome in this deck. Love it. And my absolute favorite card in the deck is Almighty Resistance. We all know how broken Swift Retaliation Cooler is. To me, this is more of a balanced cooler due to the fact that, yes, I'm paying 2, but I'm not drawing any cards and I have to pitch a card. So I'm not netting anything, but it's a counter, and there's very little counters in the game. And yeah, Almighty Resistance is super dope. We did side a 3rd in the side just in case we needed it. But on to the Z deck. Z deck is pretty simple, pretty standard. 4 of the best red Z card. This Z card is broken in this deck mainly because we'll always have our cracked Dragon Balls and Z Energy. And with the cracked Dragon Balls being in Z Energy, what's gonna happen here is that when we play this for 2, we can't use these to play it. So we'll have to combo 2 cards. And when we combo those 2 cards, we'll put them in Z Energy once at a time. So 1 per battle, you can actually use a battle card. Any of your battle cards that you combo with, you can take it and place it in your Z Energy. And when you place it in your Z Energy, you can use those to pay the cost here. So this will cost 2 Z Energy as well as 2 energy, but it has deflect. And the cool thing is when this card attacks, you combo with the card you use from your Z Energy to play the card. So as soon as I swing, I'll combo with 1, and then I neg something 15, so I'm a 20k body on the first swing. Then on the next swing, since I have my 6 cracked Dragon Balls in the drop area, well, not in the drop area, in the Z Energy, I can activate main because I have to have 4 more. He'll restand, gain barrier, and double strike. And then I'm gonna swing again. The auto does trigger again, and then I'll use the other card I use to combo with it. And now he is a 30k double strike, which is nuts, right? And then after that battle, I can place it back. And if I have more energy, I can just do it again and do it again and do it again. There's been times where I played 3 of these in 1 turn to win a game, which is pretty wild. And it's an onslaught of pressure. Now against blue, you do have to be careful to swing with this before activating main because it's a 2 cost. Bearish Destroys is a card. All right, it is a card. Just know that. The other 2 Z battle cards that we have is Son Goku, Defender of Life. This is basically my turn 4 play. And the reason why I play this on turn 4 is because if my opponent is at 4 life, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this for 2, remove 3 Z energy, burn them 1, so now they're at 3. And when they're at 3, obviously we'll be at 3 life as well. And we'll just use this combo here just so you can kind of see it. Let's place that one to the side. Where's my 8 drop? Because it's a really cool combo, and it's something that I've used to finish games very often. So basically this card has deflect and double strike auto. When this card is played, you place a sand underneath it, and it gains barrier, and then you burn your opponent for 1. So I've seen a lot of times where I may have need to win a game due to time, and we're at 4 life apiece. Boom, burn them 1. Cool, now you're at 3 and I'm at 4 and I win. There's also that play there. It does have an activate main, but the activate main is irrelevant because my leader's not panned. But there's that play. And then lastly, we have our Z leader, which is Omega Shenron, Merciless Negativity. He has double strike, and you awaken by removing 7 Z energy from your Z energy to your drop. And once you remove those 7, you'll go ahead and put this on top. He has inherit double strike. When he swings, he draws a card, and then he has the activate main, and this is why this play is so beautiful. So the activate main, I KO a Shadow Dragon. When I KO the Shadow Dragon, I remove 6 Dragon Balls, and then I can play this card for free. It's really any Shadow Dragon, but we're gonna play this one for free, right? So if my opponent's at 4 life, play this, burn them for 1. Now they're at 3. We're gonna be at 4 energy, obviously. And like I said, you only need 1 check land in your energy to make this work. All right, so we'll just grab a couple of cards just to put them in our energies, just so you can kind of see, you know, what we're working with here. And that way you know the play. And just look out for it, because it's something that's gonna happen. I mean, some people are just not gonna be able to be prepared for it. I've won a few games, you know, doing it this way as well. So on your turn 4, pay 2, remove 3Z energy, play this, burn them for 1. Slide a Saiyan under, which you'll have Broly Crown or Vegeta Resolve Renewed. Slide it under. Once it goes under, it gains barrier. Cool. Now that at 3, we'll activate main. We'll remove the 6, KO Shadow Dragon. Remove the 6 shadow, Cracked Your Balls from drop to to warp, or from game, and we'll free play another our win con here. Obviously, we should have a big hand, so then we'll swing here for the triple strike. Since they're at 3, if they negate, we'll tap 2. We'll Almighty Resistance, and we'll pitch one of the yellow cards that we have in our hand to the drop. And then once we do that, that negates the counter, and we're gonna dump hand on this swing. And it's a 30k triple strike for a game, and that's pretty much it. And if they out combo that, you still have these 2 swings for game as well. So that's pretty much the play. The deck is super fun. Definitely build it, play it. Tell me what you guys think. Like I said, I took it to store championships. I won with the deck. It's super awesome. I think this is the best red deck in the format right now. Personally, I played a little bit of SS4. Not kind of my cup of tea when it comes to it. It's still a good deck. I just like this deck better when it comes to it. Yeah, you have the big 8 drop and the Z Awaken of 100k, but we had tech for that in order to kind of beat that deck down. But yeah, this was the winner card we got. We got Sun Goku, SS3 Sun Goku, even further beyond winner, which is pretty dope. So yeah, definitely check it out. Build a deck. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what deck you guys want me to build next from the set. I'm basically gonna be trying to play some of everything. If there's something you guys want to see first, feel free to let me know, and we'll go from there. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and if anybody got a problem with you, tell them to kiss your ears. Also, share this video, send it to your friends. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, happiness. Gone.